The video opens with a direct and stirring energy, immediately pulling the viewer into a prophetic moment of reflection and awakening. The tone is commanding yet intimate, designed to capture both attention and spiritual curiosity from the very first breath. You begin by asking piercing questions. Chosen one, have you felt a strange shift around you lately? Have you sensed heaven calling your name, whispering that something greater is about to unfold? These words instantly awaken something deep within the listener's spirit, signaling that what they are about to hear is sacred and timely. You declare with divine authority that this message is not for everyone. Only those who are spiritually awakened and called by heaven. Those who are not among God's chosen may not understand and can move on, but the true chosen ones will feel an instant resonance within their soul. You remind the audience that this divine word has reached them in perfect timing, heaven's alignment, not human coincidence. The message is revealed to be a prophetic revelation, sent to transform their perspective and prepare them for the next season of purpose. You proclaim that what's unfolding is a radical, heaven-sent assignment, something that will elevate the chosen ones into divine authority. With power and conviction, you guide the audience to take part spiritually. Comment 777 if your spirit feels this truth awakening inside you. The call to action serves as both a declaration of faith and a sign of spiritual recognition among the chosen. Before moving deeper into the revelation, you invite them to subscribe, tap the bell icon, and share the message to awaken other chosen ones. The prophetic atmosphere intensifies as you promise that what follows will open their spiritual eyes and prepare their hearts for the shift to come. The intro ends on an urgent, powerful note, urging viewers to stay until the end for the full revelation that heaven has aligned for this exact moment. The great spiritual shift. Heaven is reordering things. Chosen one, something powerful is happening right now, not just around you, but within you. The air feels different. The energy is shifting. You can sense it in your spirit even when you can't put it into words. You feel that heaven is moving things, rearranging people, paths and purposes, but you might not fully understand why. That confusion you're feeling isn't chaos, it's divine reordering. Heaven is putting things back in place. You see, heaven doesn't ask for permission before it moves. When the season changes, everything connected to you begins to move with it. Relationships begin to drift. Opportunities suddenly close. What once felt stable starts to shake. And deep inside you wonder, why is everything I built starting to feel like it's falling apart? But listen carefully. It's not falling apart. It's falling into order. What looks like loss is simply heaven's way of making space for your next assignment. Right now, heaven is in motion. There's a great rearranging taking place. The divine realm is not silent. It's strategic. Angels are being reassigned. Spiritual territories are being redrawn. Those who have walked with you for a season are being moved, and new souls are being prepared to walk alongside you for the next phase. You might feel disconnected, lonely, or even forgotten. But you're not forgotten. You're being relocated. When God is preparing to elevate you, He first removes you from environments that no longer serve your growth. He begins to close the doors that kept you comfortable but small. He shakes the ground beneath your feet so that you can no longer stand in places you've outgrown. You may cry, you may question, but remember this. Heaven is not destroying you, it's positioning you. This shift isn't random, it's intentional. Every delay, every disappointment, every detour, all of it has been allowed by divine design. The Creator is rewriting the story, not to punish you, but to fulfill you. Many of you have felt stuck, stagnant, or spiritually dry lately. You've been praying, fasting, seeking signs, wondering why heaven feels quiet. But that silence was not absence. It was strategy. Heaven was rearranging your path behind the scenes. The problem is, the chosen ones often misinterpret divine silence as abandonment. But heaven never abandons its own. It only hides for a season to work in secret. When heaven is quiet, it's often building the bridge you'll need for your next crossing. You've been asking for new beginnings, but new beginnings require endings. And that's what you're experiencing. The ending of one divine chapter and the preparation for the next. Chosen one, do not fear the shaking. Do not resist the rearranging. The more you fight the change, the more painful it feels. Instead, surrender to the flow of heaven's will. Sometimes obedience looks like letting go. Sometimes faith means walking away from what's familiar. The shift you feel isn't punishment, it's preparation. It's heaven saying, I can't bless you in the old place anymore. There's a great divide happening in the spirit. Heaven is separating the authentic from the artificial, the faithful from the fearful, the awakened from the asleep. Those who have pure hearts and surrendered spirits are being positioned for higher assignments. But those who cling to comfort are being left behind in cycles that no longer serve their purpose. This is why so many people have been exiting your life. They weren't rejected by you. They were released by heaven. Right now, you are standing in what I call the divine crossing. You've left where you were, but you haven't yet arrived where you're going. It feels like being suspended between two worlds. The old has vanished, and the new hasn't fully appeared. It's uncomfortable, it's confusing, and it's sacred. Heaven often keeps you in this in-between, so you'll learn to depend only on faith, not familiarity. In this season, trust the spiritual signs around you. Notice the things that no longer bring peace. Pay attention to the people who can no longer walk with you. These are confirmations that your frequency has changed. You've been elevated spiritually, and not everyone is meant to breathe at this new altitude. When the eagle rises, it leaves the noise of the ground behind. The chosen ones must do the same. Heaven is calling you higher, to operate in purity, power, and purpose. That's why distractions have suddenly become unbearable. That's why certain habits, conversations, and environments now feel spiritually heavy. Heaven is refining your sensitivity. You are being tuned to a higher frequency, where divine instructions can be heard clearly. The same situations that once felt normal now feel uncomfortable because heaven has upgraded your spirit. You are no longer compatible with the old version of yourself. This is not the time to panic or to question your worth. This is the time to prepare. The realignment is proof that heaven still has plans for you. You're being prepared for divine deployment. And before heaven releases a chosen one into a new territory, it must strip away everything that could slow them down. Think of it as spiritual decluttering, clearing away what no longer fits your purpose. Chosen one, your timeline is being rewritten. What you thought was delayed has simply been recalibrated. The things that didn't work out weren't failures, they were divine reroutes. Heaven saw what you couldn't. It removed people who would have betrayed you. It closed doors that would have trapped you. It disrupted comfort zones that would have silenced your calling. That's not loss, that's mercy. Don't mourn what heaven has moved. Instead, thank God for the shift. The storm was not sent to destroy you, it was sent to deliver you. Every chosen one goes through a season of divine confusion before clarity. Heaven rearranges everything so that when the new assignment arrives, your hands are empty enough to receive it. In the days ahead, you'll notice that your priorities change. The things that once mattered will no longer hold power over you. Your spirit will crave solitude, clarity, and deeper communion with heaven. You may even find that your desires are shifting, away from material things and toward divine fulfillment. This is all part of the reordering. Heaven is aligning your heart with your higher mission. And here's the truth few talk about. Spiritual reordering can feel like heartbreak, because heaven often removes what you love most to give you what you need most. It's painful, yes, but necessary. Just as a sculptor removes stone to reveal the masterpiece, heaven removes distractions to reveal your destiny. You are the masterpiece in progress, carved, shaped, and refined by divine hands. So do not look back. What's behind you has served its purpose. Keep your eyes on what's being built ahead. You may not see it yet, but trust me, heaven is constructing something bigger than your imagination. You're not falling apart, you're being rebuilt. You're not being demoted, you're being elevated. This is heaven's process of preparation. Right now, the great shift is sorting the chosen from the called. Many are called, but few are chosen because few are willing to let go. You, however, are different. You have endured pain, silence, confusion, yet your faith remains. That faith is your proof. That's how heaven identifies you as one of its own. So, chosen one, stand firm in this shaking. Let heaven finish its work. The reordering may be uncomfortable, but it's necessary for your next level. Everything you've lost will be replaced with something divine, something greater, something eternal. Remember this truth: when heaven moves, it never moves backward. Everything that's leaving your life is making room for what's written for your future. The shift is not to break you, it's to align you. The ground may be trembling, but heaven's foundation is unshakable. Trust the movement, trust the rearranging, because what's coming next will reveal why everything had to change. The breaking and separation, why you're being set apart. Chosen one, before every elevation comes a breaking. Before heaven promotes, it purifies. Before the oil flows, the vessel must be crushed. And that, my dear one, is the season you've been walking through. The breaking season. You may not have known the name for it, but your soul has felt it deeply. You've wondered why it seems like everything around you has been falling apart. Friendships fading, plans collapsing, your energy drained, your confidence tested. But what's really happening is this: heaven is setting you apart. There comes a time in every chosen one's journey when separation becomes necessary. Not because you've done anything wrong, but because you've outgrown the environment that once sustained you. The places that once brought comfort now feel suffocating. The people who once celebrated you suddenly can't recognize you. That's not rejection, that's divine protection. Heaven removes you from what's beneath your calling. You see, the chosen cannot blend in forever. When heaven decides to elevate you, it begins to extract you, piece by piece, from anything that can't go with you into the next season. That's why your circle has gotten smaller. That's why certain relationships suddenly ended without closure. You prayed for alignment, and heaven answered, just not the way you expected. The very people you thought you needed were only meant for a previous version of you. Sometimes, God closes doors we would never close ourselves. Because if He didn't, we'd stay too long in places that weaken our purpose. And so He allows the breaking. He lets the pressure build until we have no choice but to surrender. That's the mercy of the breaking season. It forces transformation. You may cry, you may question, but through it all, heaven is molding you into the vessel it can trust with greater glory. Chosen one, understand this. Breaking is not punishment, it's purification. The oil of your anointing cannot be poured out until the vessel is emptied. Every heartbreak, every disappointment, every betrayal, it's all heaven's way of cleansing your spirit from attachments that cannot travel with you. God will never allow contamination to follow His chosen into the promised land. And that's why He's separating you. Many of you have been asking, why did they walk away from me? Why did this door close? Why do I feel so alone? But hear this truth. Heaven didn't remove them to hurt you. It removed them to heal you. The separation was divine surgery. Heaven is removing what wounded you, pruning what hindered you, and healing what you tried to ignore. You've been praying for peace, and heaven answered by clearing the room. When heaven sets you apart, it often feels like isolation. The phone stops ringing. The crowd disappears. The familiar becomes distant. But this is not abandonment. It's alignment. God hides his treasures before he reveals them. He takes you off the stage to refine your character before he gives you a bigger platform. You may feel invisible now, but you're in heaven's workshop. You're being prepared in secret. In this season, you'll notice something powerful. Your spirit no longer tolerates what it once accepted. Your sensitivity has increased. Gossip feels heavier. Distraction feels dangerous. That's because heaven is upgrading your discernment. You're not the same person you were last year, or even last month. Your frequency has changed, and that's why your atmosphere is shifting. Think of it like this. When gold is refined, it's placed in the fire. The heat exposes impurities, and the refiner watches closely, never leaving the flame. The gold screams to be released, but the refiner knows when it's ready. It's when he can see his reflection in it. That's what heaven is doing with you. You are in the fire, but heaven's eye is upon you. When you reflect divine character, the fire will cease. This breaking season might have cost you much. Relationships, opportunities, maybe even your peace for a while. But remember, every great calling requires a great cleansing. Heaven won't promote what it hasn't purified. The pain you feel is evidence that heaven is working on you. You're not breaking down, you're breaking open. The seed must split before it can grow. Chosen one, don't mourn the people who couldn't stay. They weren't equipped to handle the new version of you. The conversations that ended, the connections that fell apart, the spaces that no longer fit, all of it was orchestrated. Heaven is not trying to isolate you forever. It's trying to prepare you to lead, to teach, to heal, to shine. The more you resist separation, the longer you delay transformation. Now listen carefully. Separation doesn't just happen from people. It happens from patterns. Some of you are being called away from old habits, mindsets, and cycles. The same fears that once guided you cannot follow you where you're going. You can't step into a divine mission still carrying the weight of worldly fear. Heaven is calling you to release your need for validation, your attachment to outcomes, and your fear of being misunderstood. This is your spiritual detox. Heaven is cleansing you from within. At times you may feel tempted to go back to what's familiar, to reconnect with old friends, to reopen old doors, to reattach yourself to the past. But remember this, what heaven has closed is sacred. If you try to reopen what was divinely sealed, you'll only invite old battles into your new season. Let go. Trust that if they were meant to walk with you, they'd still be beside you. This separation also serves another purpose. It creates clarity. In the quiet, you finally hear heaven's voice clearly. When the noise of the crowd fades, the whisper of truth becomes undeniable. The breaking season silences distractions so revelation can speak. What you learn in this wilderness will sustain you in your promised land. Don't despise this silence. It's where heaven reveals identity. And yes, this breaking may hurt more than you expected. You may feel misunderstood, misjudged, even betrayed by those you loved most. But you must understand, not everyone who starts with you is assigned to finish with you. Some were divine teachers, not lifelong companions. They fulfilled their purpose in your story. Release them with gratitude, not bitterness. Right now, heaven is shaping your heart into something extraordinary, resilient yet tender, bold yet humble. The pain is teaching you empathy. The loneliness is teaching you discernment. You're being trained to move with wisdom, not impulse. The breaking is heaven's classroom. Every tear is a lesson. Every loss is a test. And when it's over, you'll rise with a strength that can't be shaken by storms. So, chosen one, if this message resonates deep in your soul, type 333 in the comments right now. Let heaven see your faith. Let your agreement echo through the spirit realm, because every declaration of faith becomes a seed that heaven honors. You are being set apart, not cast out. You are being refined, not rejected. Heaven has placed you in this sacred isolation because something within you is being activated. The greater your calling, the deeper your cleansing. That's why your process feels heavier than others. Heaven is investing more in you because more will come from you. Hold steady in this season. The breaking won't last forever. It's only the preparation before the unveiling. When heaven is finished, you will not look like what you've been through. You will radiate peace where there was pain, wisdom where there was confusion, and divine authority where there was once fear. Remember this truth. Before every resurrection, there is always a crucifixion. Before every new dawn, there is always a long night. The breaking is proof that new life is forming, so don't run from it. Rise through it, because when the breaking ends, the blessing begins. Chosen one, your separation was never meant to destroy you. It was heaven's way of revealing who you truly are. Heaven's new assignment, the radical change revealed. Chosen one, the moment you've been sensing in your spirit. That quiet, divine stirring that refuses to leave. This is it. Heaven is releasing new assignments. The spiritual realm has shifted, and heaven's plans are now unfolding on earth in a way unseen before. You didn't imagine the pull you've been feeling. You were being called. What was once hidden is being revealed, and what was once delayed is being delivered. You have walked through the breaking, endured the silence, and survived the pruning. Now heaven is moving you into activation. The season of observation is over. The time for preparation has passed. The radical change you've been feeling is the transition from being refined to being released. Heaven is saying, step forward, for the time has come. This radical change isn't just about your personal life, it's about your divine position. Heaven is reorganizing its army of light, calling forth chosen ones who have been in the shadows, training in secret. The unseen ones, the misunderstood ones, the rejected ones. Heaven is calling them to rise. You, chosen one, are among them. Your silence was your classroom. Your struggle was your ordination. And now, your obedience is your weapon. Heaven's new assignment comes in the form of activation. For some, it will manifest as a calling to speak truth, to become a voice of awakening in a world drowning in confusion. For others, it will be the urge to heal, to guide, to serve, or to build something that restores light in a darkened place. Heaven is not assigning titles, it's assigning tasks. You may not be called pastor, prophet, or teacher, but your hands, your presence, your compassion, these are your ministry. You've been asking heaven, what am I supposed to do next? The answer is coming, not in words, but in divine opportunities. Watch what begins to draw your heart. Watch what keeps returning to your mind, no matter how you try to shake it. That persistent pull is the fingerprint of heaven on your next assignment. It won't always look grand or glamorous. In fact, most of heaven's new missions begin quietly. But don't underestimate the small beginning. The smallest spark can start the biggest revival. Heaven's radical change will challenge your comfort. It will demand obedience that may not make sense to those around you. You may be asked to walk away from what seems safe, or to speak truths that make others uncomfortable. You may even be misunderstood by people you love, but obedience to heaven always comes before approval from men. Remember this, when Noah was building the ark, there were no raindrops, only ridicule. When Abraham was called to move, there was no map, only a promise. When Mary carried the Savior, there was no applause, only whispers. So if your obedience costs you understanding, you are in good company. Chosen one, The radical change heaven is releasing is not merely a shift in events, it's a shift in identity. The days of seeing yourself as ordinary are over. You are being marked as a messenger. This doesn't mean you'll suddenly live a life free from challenges. In fact, it may intensify, but you will begin to see everything through new eyes. You'll no longer respond from emotion, but from wisdom. You'll stop reacting to attacks because you'll realize they're only confirmations that your light has been recognized. Heaven is also reassigning divine partnerships in this season. You'll notice new people entering your life, not by accident, but by assignment. Kingdom connections are being made, people who share your frequency, who understand your language, who carry similar fire. Together, you'll form a network of light. Heaven is strategic. Every chosen one has a piece of the greater puzzle. When the right people meet, destinies unlock. You'll also feel a divine urgency, a sense that time is speeding up. That's not anxiety. That's spiritual acceleration. Heaven is aligning events faster than before because the world needs the chosen ones awake and active now. You've been hidden long enough. You've been trained in the dark long enough. Heaven doesn't waste pain. It repurposes it. Everything you've suffered was shaping you for this exact assignment. The radical change, therefore, is not coming to you. It's coming through you. Heaven will begin to use your very life as the message. Your endurance will become someone else's hope. Your healing will become someone else's roadmap. The wisdom you gained in silence will now speak volumes to those still lost in confusion. You will no longer only receive revelation, you will become revelation. You will embody it. Many chosen ones will notice their spiritual gifts sharpening in this season. Dreams will become clearer, visions stronger, discernment deeper. You'll begin to hear heaven in new ways, through numbers, through nature, through divine timing. Don't dismiss it. Heaven is teaching you its language. These are not coincidences, they're confirmations. Pay attention to repeating signs. They're heaven's way of saying you're on the right path. And yes, this radical change will bring disruption. When heaven moves, the natural world resists. Some people around you will question your transformation. They'll say, "You've changed." And you have. That's the point. You can't carry a divine assignment with an earthly mindset. You'll outgrow certain conversations, detach from distractions, and crave solitude more than company. Don't apologize for that. Isolation is still heaven's greatest tool for revelation. Chosen one, this is not a season to hide your light. It's a season to amplify it. Heaven is saying, use what you've been given. The voice, the talent, the influence, the compassion. They were never for you to hoard. They were for you to release. Some of you will start ministries. Others will create art. Others will inspire through words, healing, or service. The form doesn't matter. The obedience does. What matters is that you move when heaven says move. You are part of a divine strategy. This radical change isn't random, it's the unfolding of prophecy. The chosen ones are rising in every nation, in hidden rooms, in quiet prayers, in everyday lives. You're not alone in this. There's a synchronized awakening happening across the earth. Heaven is raising a new breed of believers, unshaken by fear, unmoved by fame, unbound by religion. These are the carriers of truth, the healers of hearts, the restorers of light, and you are one of them. Heaven is whispering, I'm sending you out. For some, that will mean stepping into leadership. For others, stepping into intercession or creative expression. But all will carry the same purpose, to rebuild, to restore, and to remind the world that the light has not gone out. You are heaven's instrument in human form. You are the living proof that divine prophecy still breathes. As this radical change unfolds, don't expect everyone to understand your journey. Even some who call themselves believers may question you. That's okay. You were never chosen to be understood. You were chosen to be used. Obedience will always separate you from the crowd, but it will also connect you to heaven's favor. When you walk in purpose, resistance is just confirmation of progress. And remember this truth: heaven will never assign you to something without equipping you for it. You may feel unprepared, underqualified, or afraid, but those feelings are natural. They're proof that the task is bigger than you, which means it must be powered by heaven. Don't wait to feel ready. Heaven qualifies you through movement, not hesitation. Step in faith, and heaven will meet you there. Chosen one, this is your prophetic announcement. Heaven's scroll has been opened, and your name is written in it. The divine assignment attached to your destiny has been activated. This message didn't reach you by accident. It found you because you were meant to hear it now. The time for preparation is over. The time for manifestation has begun. So stand tall, lift your head, and walk with confidence, not because you know every step, but because you trust the one who orders them. You've been chosen to carry something sacred, a mission that will touch lives you've never met, heal hearts you've never seen, and awaken souls you'll never know. You are heaven's vessel, the messenger for a new era. And yes, the radical change will stretch you. It will test your patience and challenge your comfort. But within that stretching lies your expansion. Within that discomfort lies your destiny. Heaven didn't choose you for ease. It chose you for impact. You were never meant to blend in. You were meant to stand out as a light in a world that has forgotten what divine truth feels like. Chosen one, the time has come. Heaven's new assignment has been released. The radical change isn't waiting. It's already happening. The old version of you is gone. The new has arrived. Step forward with courage, because what you do next will echo in eternity. Recognizing the signs. How to know heaven has moved you. Chosen one, heaven rarely shouts. It whispers. And if you've been attentive, you've probably noticed the whisper has been getting louder. Subtle shifts, strange coincidences, repeated dreams, unexplainable emotions. All of these are heaven's way of saying, pay attention. You've been moved. Many of you have been wondering, how do I know that heaven has shifted me into the new assignment? The signs are all around you. Heaven is speaking through patterns, through people, and through the very rhythm of your days. The key is learning to discern its voice among the noise. The first sign that heaven has moved you is restlessness, that inner stirring that won't let you settle where you used to. What once satisfied you now feels shallow. The old routines no longer feed your soul. That's not boredom, it's spiritual stretching. Heaven is expanding your spirit, preparing you for greater things. You feel it because you're being pulled out of what's familiar and into what's divine. The second sign is disconnection. People you once connected with suddenly drift away. Conversations feel forced. Your energy doesn't align. It's not that you've become cold, it's that your vibration has changed. Heaven has upgraded your frequency, and not everyone around you can resonate with this new level. Don't chase what heaven has released. Disconnection is often direction. When heaven removes certain people, it's clearing the path for those meant to walk with you in your new season. Another sign is divine discomfort. You'll notice that staying still feels painful. Doors that used to open easily are now closing. Things that once flowed are now forced. It's heaven's way of saying, you've outgrown this space. When you try to return to old environments, they no longer fit. Like a butterfly trying to crawl back into a cocoon, you'll find no peace there. That discomfort is your compass. Follow it forward. You may also experience heightened intuition. Your spirit begins to pick up on things before they happen. You start sensing energy, reading situations, feeling divine nudges. Your discernment sharpens because heaven is training you to move by faith, not logic. You'll find yourself avoiding certain situations without knowing why, and later realize it was heaven protecting you. Trust those inner checks. They're not paranoia, they're prophecy. Another clear sign: synchronicities and divine timing. you'll start noticing repeating numbers: 111, 444, 777, 999, appearing on clocks, receipts, license plates, messages. These are not coincidences, they are confirmations. Heaven communicates through order. Each pattern carries a message. For example, 444 often represents angelic presence and divine stability. 777 signals spiritual completion and divine approval. 999 symbolizes the end of a cycle and readiness for the new. Pay attention. When heaven speaks in numbers, it's sending alignment codes to reassure you that you're on the right path. Then come prophetic dreams and visions. Your sleep becomes a meeting place between heaven and your spirit. You may dream of water, symbolizing cleansing, doors, new opportunities, or light, revelation. Some of you may see faces or hear names. These are clues about what or who is connected to your next assignment. Don't dismiss them. Write them down, pray over them, and watch how events align. Heaven often reveals the future in fragments, so that faith must finish the picture. Chosen one, perhaps one of the most telling signs that heaven has moved you is peace in the middle of uncertainty. You may not have all the answers, but you sense deep within that everything is under control. That's divine peace, the kind that doesn't make sense. Even as old things crumble, there's a calm assurance that says something greater is coming. That peace is heaven's seal. It's how you know you've stepped into divine flow. Another sign is divine provision. When heaven repositions you, resources start appearing unexpectedly. Opportunities, connections, and ideas begin aligning effortlessly. You may meet someone by accident who opens a new door for you. You might receive confirmation in conversation, through a song, or even a random video. That's heaven using the natural to confirm the supernatural. When your steps are ordered, provision always follows purpose. You'll also notice an increase in spiritual sensitivity. The world around you feels louder, and your spirit feels tender. You can't watch or listen to things that dull your energy anymore. Your heart longs for purity, your ears crave truth, and your eyes are drawn to light. That's not you being too sensitive, that's heaven refining your discernment. When you carry divine assignments, your senses become sacred instruments. You begin to see what others miss, hear what others ignore, and feel what others dismiss. But here's something important. Not every change in your life means you've missed the mark. Sometimes, chaos is confirmation. When heaven moves you, resistance increases. The enemy always attacks movement, not stagnation. So, if you've recently faced unexpected challenges, spiritual warfare, emotional fatigue, financial pressure, it's not because you're off track. It's because you're advancing. Pressure is proof of progress. Another powerful sign is the call to isolation again, but with purpose. In your previous season, isolation was for breaking. In this season, it's for building. Heaven may pull you aside once more, not to test you this time, but to train you. You'll feel an urge to disconnect from distractions, spend more time in silence, and listen deeply. Don't ignore that pull. The next set of instructions will come in whispers, not in noise. Heaven speaks clearest to those who make room for stillness. Chosen one, this radical change is awakening parts of you that were dormant. You're feeling drawn toward new directions, different work, different city, different priorities. And it doesn't make sense logically. But heaven doesn't operate on logic. It operates on alignment. Don't wait for everything to make sense. Move when you feel the peace of divine timing. You'll know heaven has moved you when obedience feels lighter than resistance. And don't be surprised if your emotions fluctuate during this shift. You may feel bursts of inspiration followed by moments of stillness. That's part of the spiritual rhythm. Heaven moves in waves, revelation, rest, renewal. Learn to ride those waves instead of fighting them. When the inspiration fades, don't assume you've lost connection. Heaven might simply be letting your spirit integrate what it just received. For some, heaven will confirm this move through other people. Someone might say a phrase that echoes a word you heard in prayer. A message might reach you at the perfect time, saying exactly what you needed to hear. Pay attention to repetition. Heaven uses human vessels to echo its will. Chosen one, these are not random occurrences. These are holy breadcrumbs, signs from heaven guiding you toward your purpose. Every whisper, every number, every coincidence carries weight. The spiritual world is alive and interactive, responding to your readiness. The moment you said yes in your heart, heaven began orchestrating divine encounters in your path. So what should you do when you notice these signs? Acknowledge them. Speak gratitude. Journal them. Write dates, numbers, dreams, and feelings. Heaven loves record keepers because they show faith in the unseen. When you document signs, you train your mind to recognize divine movement faster. And remember, discernment is the chosen one's greatest shield. The world is loud with false signals, distractions, and imitation light. So how do you tell what's truly from heaven? Peace. Heaven's voice always brings peace, never panic. When something urges you with love, that's divine. When it pushes you with fear, that's flesh. Trust the tone of heaven's voice. It corrects, but it never condemns. If you're hearing this and your spirit feels a quiet yes, then this message is your confirmation. Heaven has already moved you. The path you've been walking, the changes you've been experiencing, they are not random. You are being positioned. You are being aligned. You are being equipped for what's next. Chosen one, your sensitivity is your strength, not your weakness. Your awareness of the unseen is the mark of your anointing. Don't doubt the signs. They were sent for you. Heaven has already shifted your foundation. Now it's preparing your elevation. Watch carefully in the days ahead. Every encounter, every dream, every divine coincidence is heaven speaking. The more you acknowledge the signs, the louder they become. You're not waiting for heaven to move. Heaven has already moved, and it's waiting for you to recognize it. So take a deep breath. Look around. Feel that quiet certainty rising in your heart. That's it. That's heaven confirming. You've entered your new assignment. Walking in authority, becoming the vessel of the new mission. Chosen one, now that heaven has moved you into your new assignment, you must learn to walk in authority. Not fear, not doubt, not hesitation, but divine authority. Because when heaven sends you, it doesn't send you empty-handed. You carry spiritual weight. You carry the backing of the entire kingdom. You carry heaven's name. Authority isn't loud. It's not arrogance. It's not pride. True authority is quiet confidence, the kind that walks into chaos and restores peace just by being present. It's the strength that comes from knowing who sent you. When you know you are chosen by heaven, you no longer beg for validation from the world. You move with assurance, not approval. You see, every chosen one carries a spiritual badge, invisible yet powerful. That badge doesn't come from titles, education, or popularity. It comes from endurance. It comes from obedience. Heaven gives authority to those who have survived the breaking and remained faithful. You've passed through the fire, and because you didn't give up, heaven can now trust you with influence. So now, you must walk differently. The old version of you was waiting for permission. The new version is the permission. You are heaven's representative on earth. When you speak, light travels. When you pray, the atmosphere shifts. When you act, angels respond. You are not weak, and you are not small. The same power that resurrected the Christ lives within you. That is the authority you carry. But hear this, authority without humility becomes corruption. Heaven promotes those who remain pure in heart. This is why your trials were so personal. Heaven wasn't just teaching you power, it was teaching you character. Because character sustains what power builds. Your assignment is not to impress people, but to impact them. Authority is not about being seen, It's about being effective. Chosen one, you are being trained to operate on a higher frequency of spiritual discipline. This means you must keep your vessel clean. A chosen vessel cannot carry heaven's message while filled with earthly clutter. Guard your mind from negativity, your tongue from gossip, your heart from bitterness, and your spirit from pride. The vessel that remains pure will always overflow with divine strength. This is the time to strengthen your spiritual foundation. Spend time in prayer, not repetitive words, but authentic conversation with heaven. Create moments of silence to listen, because authority is sharpened in stillness. Fast when you feel dull. It clears the channel between heaven and your spirit. Speak declarations over yourself. I am chosen. I am equipped. I am covered. Words carry power, and heaven responds to the language of faith. When you walk in authority, you'll notice that the same situations that used to drain you will no longer shake you. You'll see attacks coming before they arrive. You'll begin to sense shifts in energy and know instantly what to say and what to stay silent about. That's discernment, one of the highest forms of authority. To discern is to rule wisely. Heaven trusts those who see beyond appearances. And yes, the enemy will notice your rise. Authority attracts attention. Darkness recognizes light and tries to dim it. Don't be surprised when distractions appear. Old temptations, unnecessary arguments, sudden fear. These are not coincidences, they are resistance. Every attack is a sign that your presence is disrupting the enemy's plans. But here's the truth. Authority means you no longer react to the enemy. You command the atmosphere. When spiritual warfare rises, stand tall. Don't fight in panic. Fight in peace. Speak heaven's word with authority. Say, peace, be still. Declare, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. You are not praying for victory. You are praying from victory. The outcome is already written. Your job is to stand in alignment with it. Chosen one, authority doesn't make you immune to trials. It makes you effective in them. You'll still face storms, but you'll learn to walk on the water instead of drowning in it. You'll still face challenges, but you'll realize the power you hold over your response. Authority transforms your posture from victim to victor. And you must remember, walking in authority requires discipline. Heaven can't trust a vessel that leaks. Protect your anointing. Not everyone deserves access to your energy. Be wise about who you share your visions with. Not all ears can handle heaven's secrets. Some will misunderstand your mission, and that's okay. Silence is sometimes the loudest proof of strength. The chosen ones are not meant to blend in. You'll often stand alone, but that solitude is sacred. The crowd seeks noise, the called seek clarity. Heaven uses quietness to separate the imitators from the initiators. The authority you carry doesn't need a stage, it creates one. When you move, the atmosphere adjusts. Chosen one, begin to practice spiritual awareness in your daily life. When you walk into a room, recognize that your energy changes it. Speak blessings over your home, pray over your food, anoint your hands before you work. These small acts keep your authority activated. You don't wait for church walls to use your power. You are the church wherever you go. Also, remember that authority doesn't mean perfection. Heaven doesn't expect flawlessness. It expects faithfulness. You may stumble, you may grow weary, but don't retreat. Authority matures through persistence. When you fall, get up faster. When you doubt, speak truth louder. When you're afraid, act in faith anyway. Heaven measures your courage, not your comfort. You'll know you're walking in true authority when peace becomes your default state. When others panic, you'll stay calm. When confusion rises, you'll see clarity. When others complain, you'll speak gratitude. Authority makes you an anchor in chaos. You stop reacting emotionally and start responding spiritually. Heaven's new mission for you will require maturity. You must learn to carry fire without burning yourself. That means learning to balance strength with softness, power with patience, correction with compassion. Heaven's authority flows through love, not dominance. The most powerful chosen ones are those who can correct with kindness and lead without ego. Remember what was written. Greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. You are a walking testimony of divine endurance. You survived what should have destroyed you. You overcame seasons meant to bury you. That's proof enough that heaven's authority lives inside you. Now use it. When fear whispers, respond with faith. When doubt rises, speak life. When the enemy tries to confuse your mind, remind yourself, I am chosen, I am protected, and I am sent. That's not arrogance, that's awareness. Awareness of who you are in heaven's plan. Chosen one, your life from this moment forward is not about chasing blessings, it's about becoming one. When you walk in divine authority, you carry heaven's blessing wherever you go. Your words heal, your presence restores, your faith activates miracles. You are heaven's vessel in human form. So, move differently, speak intentionally, live consciously. Every step you take from here should reflect divine confidence. You are heaven's ambassador, a representative of light in a world that's forgotten what truth feels like. You are not waiting for revival. You are the revival. In this new mission, there will be days of testing, but authority means you will not break. Heaven didn't invest all this in you just for you to retreat now. Walk with assurance, speak with conviction, move with grace. The same God who brought you through the wilderness will guide you through the warfare. You've been called to lead, not to linger. You've been trained to build, not to blend. And you've been equipped to walk in victory, not victimhood. Heaven has given you authority. Now it's time to use it. Chosen one, rise up and walk in your assignment. Heaven trusts you. And when heaven trusts a soul, the earth must take notice. The collective awakening. Heaven's army rising. Chosen one, what's happening to you is not isolated. Heaven's movement is not limited to a single soul. It is sweeping across the earth. You are part of a divine wave, a rising current of light that is touching every continent, every nation, every hidden heart that has been waiting for heaven's signal. All over the world, chosen ones are awakening at the same time. Men and women who once walked through silence and sorrow are now hearing the same call echo through their spirits. Rise. The time has come. It's not coincidence. It's synchronization. Heaven has activated its army, and each of you carries a unique assignment within the same divine mission: to restore balance, to reignite faith, to remind the world that the Creator still reigns. You'll begin to feel this collective energy even if you've never met another chosen one face to face. The same fire burning within you burns within thousands of others right now. You'll recognize them not by their appearance, but by their spirit, the calm authority in their words, the purity in their intentions, the peace they carry even in chaos. When chosen ones meet, there is instant recognition. It's as if the light in you salutes the light in them. Heaven is linking these souls together through prayer, through purpose, through divine timing. Some will meet online, some through work, some by chance encounters that were never chance at all. These connections are sacred. Together they will form networks of light, builders, healers, prophets, teachers, artists, voices, all working in different ways but powered by the same spirit. This is the true church, not a building, but a body united by divine fire. Understand, this awakening isn't about religion or hierarchy. It's about restoration. Heaven is raising ordinary people to do extraordinary things. Mothers, fathers, young dreamers, forgotten warriors. Each carries a piece of heaven's blueprint. When the pieces connect, divine order is restored. This is why you've been prepared so carefully. Because when heaven releases its army, every soldier must know their position. And though the world grows darker, light is multiplying faster. The chosen ones are the beacons in this storm. You are part of a movement that cannot be stopped, because it was written before time began. You've been awakened to remind others of their identity, to spark recognition in those still asleep. So stand strong, chosen one. You are not alone, and you never were. Lift your head, connect with those whose spirit mirrors yours, and walk boldly in unity. Heaven is moving through you, and together the chosen ones are becoming a force of divine restoration the world cannot ignore. The awakening has begun, and you, beloved, are part of heaven's rising army. Conclusion. The final word to the chosen. Chosen one, this message has reached you for a reason. Heaven's timing is never late, and your spirit knew this word was meant for you. You've walked through the fire, you've endured the silence, and now you stand at the edge of transformation. The breaking has passed, the assignment has been revealed, and heaven is saying, it's time. You are not who you were. You've been reshaped, refined, and realigned. Every tear, every test, every lonely night was heaven preparing you to carry something sacred. The radical change is not coming. It's already here. Heaven has moved, and now it's your turn to move with it. Walk boldly in your new authority. Speak truth with love. Lead with humility. Carry peace wherever you go. The world is hungry for light, and you have become one of heaven's chosen flames. Your voice will heal. Your hands will restore. Your obedience will open doors that no power can close. If this word has stirred something deep within you, comment 999 right now to seal this revelation. Let heaven see your agreement. You are declaring that you are ready, willing, and aligned with your divine purpose. Chosen one, your time is not approaching. Your time is now. The old season has ended, and heaven's new assignment has begun. You've been awakened for such a time as this. Step forward with courage, and remember, you do not walk alone. The same power that called you will sustain you. May heaven's light go before you, heaven's peace surround you, and heaven's favor follow you wherever you go. The change is here. Rise, chosen one, and walk in it.